What is happening right now inside the African Democratic Congress is becoming one of the most talked about political developments ahead of the 2027 general election, and it is no longer something that can be ignored. The party, which many Nigerians have been watching as a possible strong opposition platform, is now facing serious internal pressure following growing demands from members of the Obidient movement over who should fly the party's presidential flag. As this story continues to unfold in real time, it is important to understand that the tension did not start today. It has been building quietly since the opposition began discussions about forming a united front capable of challenging the ruling party in 2027. The ADC became attractive to many political actors because it was seen as neutral ground, a place where different interests could come together, agree on rules, and present one strong candidate to Nigerians. However, recent events show that this unity is now being tested. Before we go deeper into this gist, remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss verified updates as this story continues to develop. Your support helps the channel grow and keeps these discussions going. At the center of the current situation is the Obidient movement, a political support base that rose to national prominence during the 2023 elections. The movement has remained active and vocal, and many of its members believe that the momentum they created should naturally translate into a clear presidential ticket in 2027. Their position is simple and clear: they want their preferred candidate to emerge as the ADC's presidential flag bearer. To them, anything less feels like ignoring the energy, structure, and nationwide support they bring to the table. On the other side, the leadership and key stakeholders within the ADC are pushing back against this idea. Their argument is not necessarily against any individual, but against the principle of automatic tickets. They insist that the party must follow due process, internal democracy, and open competition. According to them, once a party begins to hand out tickets based on pressure or popularity alone, it risks long-term damage, internal division, and loss of credibility. This difference in approach is what many observers are now describing as a crack within the party. It is not yet a complete breakdown, but it is a clear sign of stress. Meetings have reportedly become tense, statements from different camps are becoming more direct, and supporters on social media are openly arguing about what the party should do next. While no final decision has been announced, the disagreement itself is already shaping public perception. One important angle to understand is that this is not just about one person or one movement. It is about how opposition politics will be played in the next election cycle. Some party figures believe that opening the field will attract more experienced politicians, increase funding, and broaden regional appeal. Others fear that doing so may weaken the enthusiasm of young voters who feel emotionally connected to the Obidient movement and its message. There is also the sensitive issue of regional balance. Nigeria's politics has always involved careful calculations about geography, inclusion, and national spread. Some voices within the ADC believe the party must consider all regions carefully before settling on a candidate. Others argue that competence, credibility, and public trust should matter more than where a candidate comes from. These conversations are happening quietly in private meetings and loudly on public platforms at the same time. If you are finding this breakdown useful, remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel right now. It helps more people see balanced and clear political updates like this one. Another factor adding to the pressure is the reaction from outside the ADC. Political opponents are watching closely. Every sign of disagreement is being used to question whether the opposition is truly ready to govern. Some analysts believe that if the ADC fails to manage this situation carefully, it could hand an advantage to its rivals long before campaigns officially begin. Unity, perception, and timing all matter in politics, and mistakes made early can have lasting effects. Supporters of the Obidient movement insist that they are not trying to destroy the party but to strengthen it by presenting a candidate they believe can win. They argue that elections are about numbers, public trust, and voter motivation, and they believe their choice checks all those boxes. From their perspective, Delaying or diluting that choice could reduce excitement and turnout among young and first-time voters. Meanwhile, party leaders continue to emphasize patience and structure. They maintain that primaries, negotiations, and consensus building are normal parts of politics. They warn that making decisions too early, especially under pressure, could cause more serious problems later. For now, they are calling for calm, dialogue, and respect for party rules. What makes this situation especially interesting is that 2027 still feels far away, yet the battle lines are already being drawn. This shows how much is at stake and how seriously different groups are taking the next election. It also reflects a growing political awareness among Nigerians, especially younger voters, who want to be part of decision-making processes and not just election day participation. As things stand, no official ticket has been announced, and no final position has been taken. Talks are ongoing, consultations are happening, and statements are being carefully worded. But the message is clear: the ADC is at a critical moment. How it handles this disagreement will likely determine whether it emerges stronger and more united, or weakened and divided as 2027 approaches. In the coming months, Nigerians should expect more meetings, more negotiations, and possibly more public statements from both sides. Compromise remains possible, but only if all parties are willing to listen and put long-term goals ahead of short-term wins. Political history has shown that strong opposition movements succeed not just because of popular candidates, but because of discipline, clarity, and unity of purpose. As we continue to monitor this story, it is important for viewers to separate verified information from speculation and emotional reactions. Politics can be intense, but calm analysis helps everyone understand what is really happening and why it matters. If you want to keep getting clear and professional updates like this, remember once again to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any major development as the 2027 race continues to take shape. For now, all eyes remain on the ADC, the Obidient movement, and how both sides will navigate this delicate phase. The decisions made in this period may not only affect one party, but could influence the entire direction of Nigeria's opposition politics in the years ahead.